Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Tarot Spinning. My name's Kathy and today we're going to have a look, we're going to start looking at the Major Arcana. There are 22 cards in the Major Arcana and they're more the symbols. They're like the cast of characters in a theatre production, are the main characters. They're the main characters of the tarot deck. Then when you look back into the Minor Arcana, they're the lesser, and they're just a bit lesser meanings on some level, because they're like the props in the background that make the stage show. They're the decorations, and they all can feed in and help, they help the main characters play their parts. And of course the Minor Arcana is very similar to, and it has always been aligned with, the normal playing cards of the ace through to the jack, queen and king. They're got a very bit of a similar vibe, except for in the tarot deck the Minor Arcana have one more card in each suit, because in a normal playing card deck there's only 52 cards. In the Minor Arcana there's 56. So anyway, we'll get back to where we're supposed to be, which is talking about the Major Arcana. But they're the bigger energy cards that when they come out in a spread, they call more attention. They're like that movie star that's walked on the stage. When they walk on, you take attention to them and you tend to them. They need to be put into the energy they're in, which is a bigger role than the minor. So anyway, rattling on, we'll get on to the Fool, which will be the first card out. And this is the Rider-Waite deck. I'll get my tongue untied. And the Fool is the card of 0. It got a number, but it got a 0. And with the Fool, we'll leave him here for a minute. With the Fool, he brings in the energy of a beginning, a new path to be walked down, a new beginning, a new way is opening up. It's the starting of something in your life, and it's quite a big change is coming in. Even though it's only the beginning of this change, it nevertheless is a big change coming in. And in this card, he's depicted always with a little white dog. He's walking on the edge of the cliff. He's not really looking where he's going. He's quite happily, virtually skipping along with his little knapsack on his back, and there's danger around him, as you see by the ocean and the cliff situation, but he's unconcerned. So it's a confident situation. When the Fool's there, it's always you're quite confident to step forward and to step into this new beginning, or he's asking you to take this energy on and have a go, like to step in and not be scared that this path is opening up for you for a reason. Then we'll skip on to the Magician. Now with the Magician, he's number 1 of the Major Arcana, and the Magician, as is shown in this deck, he has got the infinity symbol above his head. So it's sort of always to do with that. To me, it's always that cosmic energy and that magic. It's magic in the air sort of vibe. And being he's a magician, he's got the wand holding it up in the air there, and he's got this table in front of him, which it usually depicts in the decks that he usually has his tools with him. And he has something from each of the suits. He's got, even though that's like a magic wand in his hand, which isn't, the suit of wands is actually depicted on the table there with that actual stick. There's the cup, there's the pentacle, and there's the sword. And the Magician, that's his own magic wand, like a crystal wand or whatever you want to do, something different. And he is showing you, when he comes up in a reading, it's showing you that you have the potential to have the confidence to move forward. This is something you're going to go and do, or something you're going to start or have a go at. But this virtually comes in to tell you that you've got all the tools you need, and you've got all the magic you need to get this job done, or to go into this path, or to go into this direction. And I'm only talking them in the abstract. I'm not talking as they can sometimes mean people. The Fool, he's always got a young energy, childlike but fun. Not so much immature, just fun, And if he'd come in as a romantic partner, he wouldn't stay. He would come in, sweep you off your feet, you'd have a really good time, and then he'd just disappear like, you know, fairy floss in water. He'd just be gone. The Magician, very confident person, and a lot of fun too. At the end of the day, he's magic, so, you know, if he was in a actual form of a male or a female, they'd be someone you'd probably want to hang on to. But they're usually more to do with, I don't always read them as people, very rarely read them as people, but more likely as the energy that comes in. They bring that energy into the reading when they pop up in we'll get into scenarios in later videos. And then we'll go on to the High Priestess. So the High Priestess, she's sitting on a throne. She's got the book in her lap. She's got columns either side. I'm not really sure what the BJ bit is. I remember looking up one other time. Anyway, she's got the moon symbol here. And the High Priestess is usually to do with intuition and not relying on logic. You're wanting to go with your gut and wanting to go with your own intuition, and she's telling you to trust your intuition or to trust the guidance that's coming through. She can be sort of to do with secrets, the unknown in your life, and that's around you. And the book on her lap is called the Tarot, so she's virtually like, you know, she's a student of the Tarot, or she's a master of the Tarot. So that's what they're saying about having that connection with the divine, which is like that symbol there beside her. She's usually depicted as the Virgin, and she's the Virgin, like to do with the goddess, and that's why the tarot book's there, because she's studying, or she's a student of the tarot, or she's a priestess. It's all that goddess energy, all the feminine aspect. And then you have the black column and the white column, which is the male and females, you know, like a balanced situation, like she's sitting in a gateway of it, and with the moon. And she usually comes in the reading, when she comes in a female form. If it was indicating something to do with females, it could definitely be to do with your mother, the boss, the healer, a psychic, therapist, anything like that. She could come into play. It just depends when you see her, what reaction she invokes will be where she's sitting in the spread. So it always comes back into learning these cards individually. Gives you an idea, and then that's another whole layer on top, is to start putting them in amongst other cards and then reading the energy that comes off the reading that's actually laying out in front of you. But to me, she's always something might be hidden from you. There's information that might be coming through, and it's just not to rush. It's time to just trust your gut and go with the flow, and don't rush into anything. There might be something that's been it's just not being presented, it's not being seen, it's under the veil, because she's sort of to do with the veil a little bit there, with that moon symbol at her feet there. There's always that, the unknown, the other side. And then we're going to go on to the Empress. And with the Empress, she is usually, in this deck and in most decks, the Empress is usually got pregnant. You can't see it too well in this card, but in a lot of other cards, she's pregnant. She's the mother of the deck, and she sits on that throne. She's got the feminine symbol there beside her, the cross in a heart. She's got a crown on with all stars in it, holding the wand up. She's very much the mother of the deck, and she's usually to do with the birthing of something, and it can be actually about birth, about a baby, the birthing of an idea, a brainstorming session. She's nurturing, she's the mother, she's caring, she's in a female form. She would be like a nana's hug. She's that warm energy that comes in and makes you feel protected and secure. So with that Empress, she also can be a marriage, a union. She can be, like, she's the pagan bride. So when the Empress is there, and she's very much, she's got herself together. She's very mature, very knowledgeable, whereas the High Priestess is more the young. It's like, mother, maiden, and we won't go into the crone because it's just going to go off track there, but it's like the maiden, then the mother, these two energies, being she's like the younger version, more innocent. This one's the more mature version. And just like the Fool, same situation again there, the Fool energy comes into that. Just moving some stuff around here. It goes from being a young man to a bit of a mature man there, and the energy is much the same when you look at the cards from that perspective as well, when you're reading them. It's the beginning, that's the matured adult form, and that's the maiden. This is the matured adult form of that being it. The Empress is also to do with, I always feel she's always got a bit of intuition, a little bit more with that High Priestess card, but the Empress definitely still has it as well. And the Fool, he's starting a journey. Well, the Magicians, if they were together, they come out in a reading together. Get the card to come out. The Fool would be the beginning of a journey that you're about to go and embark upon. And the Magician would come in to say that you're actually prepared and you're ready to go and step into that path, and you're going to go fine, you're going to conquer it, you're actually going to go along down that road and nail it. And if these two girls come out together, this could be the brainstorming, the birthing of an idea, actually having a baby. And the intuition and the gut would come in around it to say that there might be something that you don't know yet, or something that's about to play out, and it's going to be if you wait a little while, it's going to present itself, and you'll see through if there's anything that's hidden from you, any information. But anyway, I won't get into too many scenarios because I could match these guys up with every which way, and it would just keep going on. But generally, that's the first four out, and we've just sort of scratched the surface, so we'll just leave it there so it's not too much to digest. And yeah, thanks for hanging out. Catch you all next time. I'm going to end it there, and we'll go on next week to the Emperor. Bye.